as usual, to the lab, and today we have a renovation or cleaning patient. This one's going to need quite a bit of help. This, as you may know if you've seen the previous videos, is my 1984 Tatung Einstein, which I got off Carl's Tech Shed for the incredible price of £10. That's because it's well, it works. Apparently, I've never tried it because I'm going to clean it first. But yes, it does need a little bit of TLC. So I thought, do a video. Let's have a look at the issues we're dealing with here. Actually, do a video, clean it up, and tear it down. As you can see, quite a bit of mould on that keyboard, but we can see to that. There's some scarring on the top, but with a little bit of gentle rubbing, I think we might be able to do something about that. Probably won't come up perfect, but we might be able to lessen it. So these are incredibly rare. As far as I'm aware, there's about 5,000 of these were made in total. 64 kilobytes of memory, aimed at the British made, and then shipped out to wherever they were based. They were aimed at the business market. Quite high price at the time, so weren't a success. But it's time to bring this one back. So, first thing to do, tear it down. Never been on one side one of these. This is going to be new. I've seen some pictures. Well, that's about as far as we got. So, let's have a look for some screws. We've got, looks like clips at the back. 2 screws at the back and 3 at the front. So, let's do one of my favourite hobbies. Let's go screwing. Might need a decent screwdriver. Be right back. Right, got a decent screwdriver, so let's continue screwing, shall we? Okay, that's the top panel off. Lovely. That's going to need the most work. And we get to see the inside. Let's have a look. Okay, back here we've got a PSU, which, as far as I can see, looks healthy. Good. And it's not what I expected, but although there's contamination got in on the ports there, they need to wipe off. The board looks clean. I did think this was going to have to go visit to the shower, but on reflection, no, there is a resident here. Oh, look, it's the Wincy spider. And quite a bit of dust down there, so I'm going to fetch the whole thing out and give it a damn good cleaning. The drives look clean, which is amazing. 3-inch drives, of course, same as the Amstrad. But let's continue taking it apart. those screws. And then we'll put there. Right, and there we have the board. That was fun to get out. Not looking forward to putting that back in without breaking anything. Ooh, don't want to knock stuff over. This switch got stuck, and this volume control potential thingy got stuck as well. So that is, yes, you can see on the back it's old style traces. It's this sort of foil type stuff on there which can corrode. So while we're here, just have a quick examination of it, make sure there's nothing bad, but that looks good. So we're now down on this side to the case. The motherboard looks good, so I'll just give that an air blow. This will go in the bath. And now time to get this dirty bugger to pieces. Right. Time to strip this little dirty bugger. So let's take it apart, shall we? As they say. Oh, nice. Okay, right. Now we're down to the keyboard itself, and you can see the state under there. That is not good. Well, it's usable. It's some corrosion there, but it's not too bad. But this should come up now. The next question is, how are we going to do this? Ideally, I'd like to take this board off, but I can't see how it's connected. It looks like it's soldered on. It's got some mean connections through there. So, what we can do is just slide them off. Cool. Looks like these just slide off. There we go. So all I have to do is take a picture of it so we can see the layout, and then slide each one of them off. They'll go into a tub to be washed. This board, I think I'll just stick that in the wash as well, but to give it a good rub off afterwards. Yes, and they'll go in the bath as well. So take a picture and get them off. I'll be right back. Right, we're back. Keys are off, and they're all in this lovely steaming hot tub of water. This is basically very hot washing up liquid, washing machine powder. We just put the keys in there, let them soak for a little while. It fetches them up like new, as it did with the IBM over there. So they'll be nicely seen too. Now, need to strip all these keys. Need to get that and scrub that. So I'll go and do that. Yeah. in the sink. Be right back. Okay, that's the top of the keyboard washed off, got all the dust away. There is quite a bit of early corrosion here, so not much I can do about that, but the keys will come up lovely, and they'll cover that. Now, I just use running water on this because there's electrical contacts and stuff underneath, so I don't want any residue that you get from using washing up liquid on there. So that's been left as is. I'm now going to get a sponge and dip that into the that's in, and use that to clean this very mucky case. Starting with this, I will have to remove that first because of the speaker. So, alright then, let's continue. Right, about an hour later, and I've been working hard. I'm working so hard I took my top off to keep cool. Anyway, that's the main panel, looking much better. Nothing I can do about the sticker, it's buggered, but well, it's not too bad. But there we go, that's nice and clean once again. Can you see my nakedness? Howard! I'm going to cover you up as I get past at the top, which was heavily scarred. It's now looking a hell of a lot better. It's a minor miracle that I've got it this well. This is actual physical scarring now, so there's nothing I can do about that, but I managed to get most of the blackness away. Some down here. This is all scarring, so that I've got this far has been a minor miracle. I've used an eraser, and I've also used washing machine liquid red hot on a sponge, and that's brought that up quite well. It's never going to be perfect, but it's as good as it's getting to be. Cover you up. There we go. Right, motherboard was in good nick, so that's just had a compressed air dusting. Yay. And the bottom, well, there's nothing to write home about there, that just needed washing out. A bit of crude on the bottom I missed, but yes, just a quick scrub and wash out, and it's all nice and clean again. I should do the bottom again because I missed some. Actually, must do those frames, and tomorrow I'm going to perhaps have a look if we can get in these. If we can't, we can't. But my idea was, they slide out. Okay, I'm going to have a look at these and just make sure the heads are clean. So I'll go through that with you. That'll be in a few days, because the keys are currently rinsed, and I'm going to put them in the oven to dry off properly, because they never dry properly else. So I'll be back in a few days, and we'll go through those drives and start putting this thing back together. See you then. Right, it is 2 days later, and everything's dried. So I ate a bit of tea first thing in the morning, and I rushed, made some tea and rushed into the lab to do this. Now, before we start commencing Operation Put Back Together, we've got to check the drive heads, just clean them as a routine thing. May as well while they're out. The other thing I have to do is admit to a little cock up. Oh dear. Spacebar not looking healthy. What happened was, as usual, because these keys have a lot of crevices in them, they can take a very long time to dry for all the water to get out. So what I usually do is put them in the oven and bring them up to temperature and just leave them in there for a bit. And they're usually happy. Put them in the same temperature as usual, about 90 degrees, and the spacebar came out warped. So it fits on, but it won't go up and down easily. Doesn't mean I can still use it because we've still got the contacts. You can just press the little knob there to use it. So I'm going to seek out a new one of them. In the meantime, it's going to look a bit uglier than it should. Anyhow, in the meantime, let's get on with it. The drives. Two of these. As standard it came with one, but this one's been upgraded to two, which is very nice. Nice little compact design, same as the Amstrad, same supplier. I think they're the only people that made it. I do not know, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Now, not been in one of these before, but it looks like we've got some one little screw, two, three screws to get in. The tiny ones, I hate these ones because sometimes they just won't come out. Then it looks like the head is under another plate, possibly. Don't know if we can get in there. I'll have a quick look and see and let you know. Right, I am back, obviously. How homeless looks, doesn't it? Okay, that was a lot simpler than I first envisaged. This screw here was not part of this plate assembly. When I pressed on it, it moved separately, so I quickly worked out that it's not part of it. It's part of spindle motor down there. But anyway, just two screws at the back. Just be careful because they are rather tight, and I nearly stripped the head getting them out. But it comes away and reveals our heads. There they are. And all we're going to do, where are we? There you are. Get cotton swab, some trusty old isopropanol. This bottle off eBay was £10 for a litre. That'll last you absolutely years. So, bargain. So I'm going to put some of that on there and remove the excess because we don't want to flood this thing. One of the reasons we use this alcohol is because it evaporates quickly. So just a little bit, get it in there. Try not to disturb the heads too much. But, there we are. Give the head a little rub. And then you can have a look at my pad, see if there's any deposits. No, it's clean. And just do this top bit here. Okay. Well, there's some deposits on that one. So I'll give that an extra bit of a clean here. Just note you can actually rotate them up, so that makes life much easier. Let's have a quick play here on this magnet. So it appears to be on the top here, just a magnet. Okay, that's looking better. Oops. Once you've rubbed it, use the dry side of the pad to try and remove any excess. There we go. And because these are fibrous, it is important to do a visual check of the heads, just to make sure that there are no fibres left behind. Else that's going to get into the mechanism, into the disc, and ruin your whole day. Good idea, just check the area while you're in there, just for anything deposits, rubbish. Just easily get out while you're there. Okay, that's one done. Shouldn't really do that. Just quickly wipe them over again. Alright. Okay, so that's one done, and I will cut here. Go and do the other one, and then we'll come back and we'll start putting this thing back together. Right, I've just done the second one, and these bolts are really tight, so I had to use a pair of pliers sideways and twist to get these out. One little note, when returning these to the cage, if you're ever working on one of these, don't try it with the cable on. Put it in without the cable, because on the cable there's little notches on the side, and these will actually hold it in place, which means that when you're trying to slide it back, there you go, when you try and slide it back, that simply gets in the way. I won't let you. I spent a couple of minutes wondering why it wouldn't slide back in the case. Okay, that's the tries done. It is time to reassemble. But first of all, I'm going to put that keyboard together. And as usual, before I took it apart, I took a picture. Let me find my picture. I'll be here any moment. Camera. Come on. Come on. There it is. There you go. Took a picture of it so I can see all the keys. And thought you might like to see a time lapse. Apart from the spacebar, obviously, which is good. I can now put this thing. Where's my stuff? There it is. Yeah. There you are, the way. Now put this thing back together. So here comes a little time lapse for you. Aren't I nice? Okay. Right, and ta-da, there's the keyboard back together. Well, apart from the space bar, but that's not really, well, I'll just put that for display on there, because that's not really too relevant in its present situation. There we go, just for display. Okay, keyboard back together. Now this keyboard is heavily discoloured, and some of the keys, yeah, not coming back easily. So we are going to have to find a replacement for this. But that's going to have to wait a bit. Anyway, let's start the fun of putting this thing back together. More time lapse. Right, an important little thing to notice as you're working on the drives, as you're replacing them, they do go in specific sides. There's little jumpers in the back there, and if I just take this out for you, I don't know, but I'll just show you on this one. Got DS0, DS1, DS2, so this is disc 0, so imagine this goes on this side and DS1 goes on that side. We'll carry on, shall we? Yeah. Right, the Einstein, an update. It's good and it's bad. I've switched on. I'll just share the screen. I'll switch it on. Boots up. Try that again. Okay, boots up into that screen. Oh, you can't see that easily. Oh, let me see if I can. Ah, there we are. Anyway, dodgy. Boots up into that screen. If I press control brake, it will try. Oh, this is not going to work easily. But believe me, if I press control brake, well, it was. Anyway, it was trying to read the discs, but the moment it stopped doing that, there appears to be major problems with this keyboard. So, it's reading discs, although it needs BASIC to read them properly. The keyboard appears to be entirely completely screwed. So, it puts out, some keys get stuck, others don't respond at all, and it puts out completely random. So, I think there's a problem with controller in the keyboard or the contacts. Problem is, all the keys are soldered. So, and these are getting stuck. So to remedy that, we're going to have to go in somehow and perhaps take off all the keys to get at the contacts. How exciting! Perhaps get these springs going again. They're not playing either. So, yes. But other than that, it boots fine and tries to read discs in either drive, so they're good. It's just keyboard that's playing up. So, I'm going to be looking into that. But for now, at least it's clean. That's what it looks like with its cover on. Okay. I can it like that, I think. Okay. Little thoughts somewhere. Come here, little slutties. But anyway, you get the drift. It's looking much better, and hopefully someday we can get this keyboard resolved. So, thank you all very much.
You need to quit being dirty. You're a dirty boy.